Hello everyone and welcome. We've been farming the stretch goals on the Division 2. They went live yesterday. We did a whole stream and the number one question I got asked was, what's the fastest way to farm these stretch goals? Now, I'm not going to go fully into what the stretch goals are. If you're watching this video, you probably know. But if you have reached season level 100 on the pass, right now you got 3 weeks where we can farm additional rewards. There's 10 tiers. You can keep on farming them over and over. And there's going to be 5 caches you can get during these rewards called the Summer Swarm caches, which give you a chance of getting some very good rewards. There's some event only rewards, which include a wasp outfit. There's some chances of getting the Lexington as well, which is what most of you want, and the terminal knee pads also. There's also raid exotics in this. There's a chance of getting an eagle bearer. So people want to know how to farm these the fastest. Now, it's entirely kind of like, there's a few methods I'm going to advise in this, and it depends on whether you're going solo or whether you're in a squad, because I'll explain as I go. But one thing I'd say first of all is if you've got multiple characters, or even if you've just got the one character, is just double check on your projects, because on your projects there's some easy season XP. This is how you farm these. You've got to get seasonal XP. And remember, you've got to be already season level 100, otherwise you can't farm these yet. There's some projects here that can be quite easy, like the weekly legendary. If you can do that, nice easy level there. Weekly shade requisition, nice easy level there as well. These will get you 1 cache on the stretch goals per project. You could also go for the weekly descent if you want to. It gives you 1200 XP, season XP there. And for the summit one as well. So there's a few projects that you might want to get done, and these are per character. So if you have multiple characters, you can do multiple characters and get quite a few things done. But once you've done that, there's 2 methods. Now, I highly advise this as the fastest one. I reckon you'd probably be able to open all 10 tiers in between 2 to 4 hours if you're just doing priority objectives. So if we head over to the Crossroads seasonal menu, go to priority objectives, you'll see here you can do different activities to get season XP. Now, the ones you want to focus on are strongholds. They're your best. If you haven't got strongholds, missions are probably your second best, but I'd definitely focus on the strongholds. Now, I'll re-roll if I don't get a stronghold, so I'm going to re-roll now. And I've got a stronghold. So you can see for this stronghold, I'm going to get 829 season XP. And once we decrypt that, that's going to stack on top of what you'd get for the mission as well. So I'm getting 829. And if we go over to Roosevelt Island, which is what it wants me to do, I'm also going to get more seasonal XP depending on what difficulty I do it on. So if I do it on heroic, I'll get a further 963 XP. That's on top of the priority objective. So for each tier on the stretch goals, it's 1000 XP that you need. So this is going to near enough get me 2 tiers, just short of 2000 needed for 2 tiers. You'll notice as well that it's got plus 20% there. Now, a lot of people are asking what that plus 20% is. So you'll also notice that on the priority objective. If we head back to the priority objectives, you'll see I've also got 20% gain on this. We've got 829 season XP plus 20%. Now that 20% is divided across 2 things. It's 10% for having a premium pass and 10% for playing with modifiers. So because I've got modifiers on right now, I'm getting 10%, and with the premium pass, if you haven't purchased it, you can purchase the premium pass and it'll give you another 10%. If you're only playing on the free pass, you're only going to be able to get 10% from the modifiers being turned on. If you've got no premium pass, you're not playing with modifiers, you won't get any bonus. So that just explains that bonus for you. Now, what I do if I'm farming this, I just, like I said, I'd keep on going priority objectives. I'll go and complete Roosevelt. I'll get the 829 off of the priority objective there. I'll also get the mission season XP, and that is the fastest way. Pretty much the fastest way. Just keep on doing as many strongholds as you can. You're probably going to end up doing a lot of zoos, a lot of tidal basins, but they are good rewards. You'll sometimes have a capital, which is a bit quicker. I think capital will get you about 12 to 1400 seasonal XP for that one. Roosevelt here is going to be close to 16, 1700, and I think tidal and the zoo get you close to 2k. It is the fastest way. It is a grind, and you're going to want to keep on doing it. You'll build up your rerolls as you do it, and remember as well, if you run out of rerolls, you can select one of these priority objectives and you can abandon it. That can be done once every hour, I think, so it kind of acts as another reroll. Very much a solo activity though. So this is great if you're solo, but what if you want to play with friends and you're both farming? Because I play with friends. I was farming yesterday with friends, and priority objectives would only work for me because it's a solo thing to do. This would not count for my group if I was running with a group. Well, this is the next suggestion I've got, and you want to hopefully own the Brooklyn DLC. This can work on any mission, so it doesn't have to be what I show you now. You can find whatever mission you want, like that Roosevelt Island is rewarding you 813 every heroic clear, which isn't too bad. But if you go over to Brooklyn, and if we bring up this map and we go to Army Terminal, it's not going to show it here. I've got to fast travel to the location. But this mission rewards the highest amount of seasonal XP per clear on heroic. And this isn't a part of any priority objective or anything like that. This is just for playing the mission and completing it on heroic. And this means that if you're in a group and you're playing with friends, you're all going to be rewarded with that. So not quite as quick as doing priority objectives, but if you want to play with your friends, you want to farm together, it's great. So if we go over to the mission here and we go to set the mission up and we select heroic, you'll see we're getting 1036 seasonal XP plus the 20% with the bonuses that I've got for the modifiers being on and owning the premium pass. That's per clear. Now, if once you get good at this, you're clearing this in about 22 minutes, around 20 minutes, just over. Like I said, it is a grind, but it's going to get you a tier every single run of Army Terminal. So in effect, it's going to take 10 runs or 9 to 10 runs sometimes, depending on the additional bonuses that you get to open up a whole 10 of these tiers. And that's how we were farming in stream yesterday. So they're your options, really. I think they are the fastest options that you got. Now, one thing I will mention, I'm not going to show you, but someone did mention it in stream, and it is a great way if you've got a lot of resources and potentially a lot of watch levels to spend because you save up on your watch levels. You can, if you've got a spare character slot, you can create a new character. And if you own the Brooklyn DLC, you can boost to level 40 right away. Now, it takes about 10 minutes. You've got to do the first, I think, intro to Brooklyn potentially, and get to a point where you can I think, I'm not sure, maybe not. I don't do this, so I don't know it fully, but people were advising this. If you were to do the Brooklyn DLC and boost to level 40, you can keep on doing the weekly shade requisition. So you might have to complete the first little part and then fast travel back to DC where you can buy the shared blueprints. So you got all your materials at hand. So if you've got a ton of materials, you might need to go and find some food or water, whatever's on it this week. But in about 10 minutes, you'll be able to complete this project from a new character, is what they're saying. But again, requires a lot of resources. Don't know how sustainable that is, because as you run out of resources, you're not going to be able to carry on doing that. You'll then have to give yourself resources back through watch levels if you've got any saved up on scavenging. But it is worth mentioning, because if you do have a lot of resources available and you want the fastest grind, then that is probably a good way to do it. New character, boost level 40, and complete this project as quick as possible. Delete character, go again, rinse and repeat with as many resources as you've got. That's probably gonna half the time near enough to completing Army Terminal over and over. But if you don't have a ton of resources, then I'm not sure if that's going to work as well. So yeah, and if you're going to do it that way, probably priority objectives is the best way as well, because it's a pretty decent amount of seasonal XP off that. But that's it. That's the video I wanted to make today, because like I said on the stream yesterday, so many people were asking for the fastest way of farming these. It's such a grind. I think we were spoiled last season with the stretch goals, because last season there was loads of bugs. I remember that I saved up and opened all 10 rewards at once, and on the next mission it unlocked the next 10. I was like, what's going on here? I didn't complain. I was able to get a lot of stuff very quickly, and then it stopped working. But there was one bug last season, I don't even know how you did it, but you could keep on opening 10 caches after 10 caches after 10 caches pretty much without doing anything. It was very, very cheesy, and all that's been removed this season. It's all been fixed. There's no easy way of doing this that we know of. I don't cover stuff like that on the channel anyway, but from what I know, the conversations we've had in stream yesterday, no easy way. You've got to grind this time round, but you do have 3 weeks, okay? So a lot of people were complaining today, but we were literally on day 1. Well, yesterday at the time of this video going out. Yesterday was day 1. Today's now day 2. We have 3 weeks of this event. So if you have a look at the events timeline, we've got the Summer Swarm, 2 weeks, 6 days left. So a lot of time to grind. I'm sure you'll definitely get most of the rewards that you want to. If it's a Lexington you're after, fingers crossed, that's boosted. So I think everybody should get that if they put in enough time. And then if you're looking for like the raid exotics or anything, they are very rare. Good luck with that. But yeah, 3 weeks. I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to be farming this all week, I imagine, in streams. If you want to jump in stream, watch me, join me, ask for more tips or anything like that, feel free. But I'm going to end this video now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like if you have enjoyed it. Hit subscribe for more content from myself. Don't forget to comment down below as well to support the algorithm. And until next time, take care.